Hey everyone, it's Ivan, kitpatcher.com, out here for another gear review, and today, talking jackets. This one right here, by Beyond, it is their Alpha Aura jacket. So what is it and how does it work? Well, it uses a Polartech Alpha Direct fabric. You can probably see it backlit right there. And it is really lightweight, at the same time really warm, but really breathable too. And so largely the entire thing is made out of that, to include inside the hood, which I will say is probably one of the nicest materials you can have, like next to skin. It's amazing. And then up here on both the shoulders as well as the hood, I want to say it's 20D ripstop, and it's treated with DWR. So depending, you can throw this thing on, or the hood on rather, and keep the elements off you if you start to get a little bit of either rain or even maybe snow. And also with this over your shoulders, it's going to wear way better than it otherwise would with pack straps and things like that. So where does this kind of fit in? Well, it is a active insulation. When I speak to active insulation, I mean largely out doing things. It will keep you warm in cold temperatures. So what does that look like? Well, for example, depending again on temperature, I will put this thing on and I will wear it when going backpacking, like up in the snow, or even didn't really do much this year because we didn't get good snow to ski, but would basically throw something like this on if I'm gonna go cut tracks like up a mountain on my AT skis, because it'll keep you warm, but at the same time, as you could see when I was holding it up, like wind will cut through this, which is good because you're able to shed excess heat, also pulls moisture and everything like that away, but at the same time, like, it's warm. What about if you're static? Totally depends on temperature. Like this is not a layer made like, oh, okay, cool, I'm gonna just put this on at camp because it's really cold, which you absolutely can. This morning, not very long ago, because it's still only 5:41 right now, but yeah, I got up, had this thing on, and yeah, nice and cozy. But largely it's made to scale for insulation, to include active insulation with how well it breathes. Because it breathes so well, cuts both ways. If it is cold and the wind is whipping, it'll largely pull the heat away from you. And doesn't really matter because really easy to scale this. And when I say scale, I mean generally with a shell. This one right here is the Sarma by Varustelika, and it is basically a rain wind shell. So it's pretty amazing actually. You can throw, again, this, there's no bulk to it or anything like that. It's largely just this active insulation piece, but you can throw something like this shell on over it, and now you're really warm because all of that heat that would otherwise get pushed off if there's wind gets trapped. And you're also, thanks for that peanut, you're also basically windproof and waterproof at this point, depending on the shell you're putting on. And so for me personally, yeah, this has become a really amazing layer in the backcountry for a lot of different situations. Because of how you can use this Alpha Aura jacket, pretty much comes with me most places. So easy to scale, and yeah, I really enjoy it. Being able to pair it with a shell, immediately increase your comfort level as far as how cold it is. And depending on how active you are, again, with a good shell, undo pit zips, it breathes really well, and you can just push on. And I know I mentioned it before, but as far as a next to skin fabric, stuff is so incredibly comfortable. And another thing I do like about it is, one, incredibly lightweight, like just actual weight wise. And then the other piece to it is it's really compressible. So lots of times you'll get a fleece and you're like, oh, this is my do-all fleece. It's hard face, so wind doesn't get through and all this stuff, which is great. Definitely not compressible, definitely not lightweight. This thing you can smash down, and again, super lightweight. And you have a bunch of kind of technical stuff built into it. I say kind of technical stuff. Stuff like draw cord at the bottom where you can cinch that. I'll be honest, I almost never use that on anything outside of like a hard shell. Other things you have zippered pockets, which, I don't know, kind of torn on those. They are nice. Sometimes they're also like a mesh too. So, well, not only are they mesh, but they're basically captured on the inside here. So you have a fairly big, roomy pocket. You can put stuff in there. I will say you can put way more stuff than you should probably put in that pocket because this material, like the whole jacket, is so light. So even if you put a cell phone, this thing's like this, like it's pulling down. It's just a really lightweight jacket, which again is nice. Cuffs, they're not elastic or anything like that. Doesn't really matter. They are long enough and cozy enough. And also, depending on what I'm doing, oftentimes I'll actually just pull the sleeves up a little bit, especially if I'm moving under load. Same with just unzipping the front. Mechanically venting really is what it comes down to, even though it breathes really well. Again, just trying to regulate body temperature. I really enjoy this, honestly, whether it's just sitting in my house, staying cozy, or out in the backcountry, all kinds of inclement weather, used all kinds of places. I was actually using it shooting a NRL hunter match, and the wind was whipping, but it was probably around like, I don't know, 60, 65 out. And having this, even though the wind was blowing so hard, and this is not a wind layer, it was striking that really good balance. Things this is not good at. One, I will say at that match, ended up proning out. There's all kinds of just like sagebrush and everything else. This will get every sticker possible in it, and you'll be pulling stickers out of it. It's basically one massive Velcro field. So you will get stickers if you lay down in stickers. Other things about this, things it is not rather, where is it? There's a couple of them. One, pretty sweet burn hole or melt hole, and this other one right there as well. Have them pretty early on. This is the antithesis of fire resistant. If you get embers on it, it'll be a hole straight through it. Like, that's the trade-off with something this light. And I think it's all like over 50% recycled material, which if that's important to you, that's cool. And durability, which shoulder? That shoulder. It's relatively fragile. And I say that like caveat, like how did that happen? Well, I was wearing this around because it was nice and cozy. I went to the gym and I was warming up and went over to the rack to warm up some front squats. Empty barbell, probably threw something on there and started doing some front squats. And between the bar going across my shoulder and basically pinning the fabric, the bar, the fabric, my body, it ended up ripping. Bummer. Should I have warmed up in this? I wanted to. This thing's really nice to wear. Obviously, that is a limitation. And it's relatively fragile. Other places, probably don't warm up with a barbell, like moving forward, noted. The other thing is, if you're busting through like underbrush and trees and stuff, this stuff will grab and it will pull it out. Ask me how I know. But I don't know. I mean, it's one of those where, hey, this activity is going to happen. Do I want to take this off or put something else on? Or do I want to just recognize that, yeah, this is probably going to happen, and then I'm going to end up with these pieces that I'm either going to cut or I probably won't melt. It'll just be like, whoom, whole sleeve. Just kidding. But yeah, probably just cut those off. And so, yeah, does that matter? I don't know, but personal experience, like that stuff absolutely did happen. overall, I really like this jacket despite, burn holes, torn shoulder. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I might Kenyan repair tape or something. Try that, see if that works. But I will continue to wear it and use it because it's great. It's so lightweight, packs down really small, easy to scale with respect to a wide range of temperatures, whether it's just unzipping it like this or throwing the hood on it. To include, even when it's really cold out, being able to put the hood on, zip this thing up and sleep in it in your sleeping bag, increase basically that range that your sleeping bag's good for. And yeah, I really enjoy this layer. What about the durability? I mean, here's the thing. You can have something really nice and lightweight, or you can have something really durable. Like, this is not a Carhartt jacket. If you want a Carhartt jacket, just go buy that. This is 100% not that. And so at a certain point, like, there's always going to be a compromise. This is definitely lighter, is definitely more fragile in some layers, but for me personally, I think the trade-off is absolutely there. Price-wise, I want to say around 180 bucks through Beyond. And yeah, pretty cool. I think it comes in 2 or 3 different colors. If it's something you're interested in, there'll be a link down below. But as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.